bit of a late start today. I'm about 25 minutes late to the stream, but I don't have a good reason for that. I slept in until about 9 today. Breakfast just kind of took my time getting on the stream. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Before we start going through the games for week 11 here in the NFL, if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified whenever I go live. I do like 3 live shows during the week. Yeah, I did some leaves yesterday. Not too much. Didn't do too much yesterday. Watched the fights. The fights were good. Ketlin Vieira had a nice performance. Same with Sean Brady. So the fights were really good last night. But I really want to get into the NFL games here. Just go through the games. I'm gonna go. I use DraftKings. If you use DraftKings or if you need a website to bet on, DraftKings is a pretty nifty platform, nifty app. If you go to my channel, under the About page, there's a little promo link where you get up to $100 in free bets on DraftKings. I get something back too. So if you got a friend who already uses it, use his promo code, but it's free money. All right. So we've got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. Green Bay's 1.5 point favorites. Over under is 47. Green Bay's minus 125 favorites on the money line. I like the Packers in this game. Aaron Rodgers, as long as he's playing, I think the Packers stand a good chance to win. I do think, it is appropriate putting the money line this close, or the spread this close, simply because the Vikings are at home. They do have a pretty potent offense themselves. But I'm going to have to go with the Packers on this, just for the consistency at QB. Divisional opponent, Aaron Rodgers just always seems to be a gamer in these types of situations. So we'll go with the Packers minus 1.5 for the over/under line. I kind of like a low score in this, but 47 points between two relatively potent offenses is pretty low. So I'm going to take the over on that. But honestly, the Packers, I saw them at -1 last night. That's incredible. I love that line. I think I'm going to probably hammer that today. Then we had the Baltimore Ravens at Chicago taking on the Bears. This line was -7 last night, right? Because we aren't sure of the status of Lamar Jackson. I think if Lamar Jackson plays, the Ravens can easily cover the 2.5 points on the road at Soldier Field. The Bears are fine. It's just, I think there are two teams at two different stages right now. You got the Baltimore Ravens, who might be the cream of the crop in the AFC, arguably. They're one of the better teams out there. And the Bears, they need consistent QB play. They need to be able to run the ball. I'm a Bears fan. I don't love how we're coached every week. So maybe Lamar Jackson's out, because this line's changing quick. Let's check it. Yeah, it says he's 50-50 to play. So, if he's not going to play with his illness, it's not COVID, but if he's not going to play, expect a really low-scoring game. You could take the under 42, and I think the Bears could cover the 2.5 points. But if Lamar's going to play, let's give this one to the Ravens. I mean, I would go over if he's playing on the over/under, but if he's not going to play, the Bears offense isn't too potent at this stage with Justin Fields. I think they're still a little too turnover prone. I think they're a little too prone to switch field positions in bad spots. Yeah, give me the Ravens. Unless Lamar's not playing, then it's bear down, baby. Indianapolis Colts at the Buffalo Bills. Over unders 49. I like the Bills in this. I don't know if I think the Bills are the better team, and I think they can win a game by 7 points on a regular basis versus the Colts. It's just a question of what version of the Colts are we going to see. As I'm talking through this, I've been starting Stafford on my fantasy team all year. I probably got to find a substitute for him today. And the substitute I picked up a couple weeks ago was Carson Wentz when he was balling, but he's playing the Bills. I don't know what version of the Colts offense we're gonna see in this game. Is Jonathan Taylor gonna be able to rush for over 100 yards and a score or two? Is Pittman Jr. is he gonna find the end zone, and is Wentz going to be able to move them into the red zone on a consistent basis against this defense? I'm going to say I don't feel good about it, and I'm going to say no. So we'll take the Buffalo Bills on the minus 7 point spread. I'm not going to wager money on either of these teams today, full disclosure, but I do like the over 49 points. They are kind of both rolling offensively. They're good at what they do. For the Colts, it starts with the running game, setting up deep ball attacks off of that. For the Bills, it's running the offense through Allen. If you can't pick it up with his arms, use your legs, get it. The Colts, I would say the Colts are probably like, with Derrick Henry out, like the Colts, maybe you could argue like there's another team that, like the Browns, have a concerted run effort, but the Colts might be the best run offense with JT, that O-line, in the NFL right now. So I'm avoiding spread picks on that. I'm just giving my thoughts on the game. But we'll go with the Bills here. Detroit Lions taking on the Cleveland Browns at Cleveland. This has the makings of a disaster game for the Detroit offense. I'm going to take Cleveland, even though I think we're still... Let's see. Okay, so he's on track to play. Obviously, I think that's a good thing for the Browns offense. Dearness Johnson was serviceable, but real good thing for the offense to have Nick Chubb back. Not sure about Kareem Hunt. But yeah, Cleveland needs to run the ball. That being said, as I'm thinking through this, I think I like Detroit to cover. I think I like over 42 points as well. I think we're going to have a situation where, it's like a 10-point game in favor of Cleveland. Detroit has played some pretty good teams very competitively when they're double-digit underdogs this year. I'm thinking, the 49ers, which they were down huge in that game week 1 and then came back. But then there's been other instances too. And if you have any fantasy sit start questions, feel free to ask them in the chat box. I'll give my 2 cents on it. You can take it or leave it. So no longer all defeated. They got a tie. So yeah, they covered there. Green Bay whomped them. But look at, Baltimore, Bears is within 10 points. Cincinnati, that was a bad loss, but you know, it's I think it's more likely that they cover that spread um, against Cleveland. Baker Mayfield, he's got an assortment of injuries. Um, we'll go with the over 42 points. Um, and I think the Browns will win the game. I think Detroit's relatively competitive. If they maybe had a better QB play, um, and a better defense, they might be a pretty competitive team actually. We've got the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans. Give me the Titans all day. Don't care who's playing. Don't care. No. Uh, I think the Tennessee Titans are just the better team here. I think they're going to be one of those teams, even without Derrick Henry, they're going to have an ability to run the ball with someone. They're going to feed the hot hand with that committee of running backs they have now back there. Houston Texans, on the other hand, um, you know, I like I like some of the pieces they have, but they're a pretty dysfunctional organization. I'll take Houston to cover the 9.5 points. So maybe they win. Tennessee wins by like a touchdown is what I'm thinking in this one. Maybe 6 points, something like that. Um, Without Derrick Henry, without a guarantee that you're going to roll out A.J. Brown, Julio Jones as your two wideouts, I think it's going to be a struggle for Tennessee to put up points. I do think they have a really good defense, but in today's game, it's rare to pitch a shutout unless you're like, you refs the girlfriend or something and you're the QB. Um, you know, it's tough to pitch a shutout. So we'll go with Tennessee on the money line, Houston to cover, over under 44.5. Give me under. I think we got a low scoring game in this one. 49ers at Jacksonville. Obviously, got to take the 49ers. I think I'm not a big Jacksonville fan. Not sure what they're doing down there. I think James Robinson is fine. He's healthy. Yeah, he's set to play. So that's obviously advantageous, a good thing for Jacksonville to have him in the backfield because I mean that's where they need to run the offense through. It could be just like a running game, and um, it could be right there in the fourth quarter if they're not turning the ball over if they keep it a running game. But I think they're gonna make a few mistakes. San Francisco's a good team, well coached. Give me San Francisco -7. Over under 45.5. Give me over. Give me the over. Washington football team at Carolina Panthers. So Carolina's finally healthy, and obviously brought in Cam Newton. I don't know who's starting at QB. Uh, yeah, I don't know if it really matters though. To me, honestly, who's starting at QB for the Panthers? Um, Cam obviously has his skill set, what he's good at. They're going to have to run the ball effectively against Washington. Chase Young, I think, is out for the year with the torn ACL, but they still have a decent defense. I don't know. It's a tough game for I want to roll with Washington, but It's tough. Carolina's getting healthier. Defense is decent. There's just something about Carolina. I don't think they're going to cover this by 3.5 points. I think Washington I like kind of on the spread at 3.5. I think Washington could win this game. I think they could really. I think the Panthers' offense could struggle. So I'm gonna roll with the Carolina Panthers on the money line, but I think Washington can win this. So I'm taking them on the spread. Over unders 43. We'll go. We'll go over. Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. Um, I'll, I'll go with Miami on this simply because the Jets are. I don't even know. Are the Jets starting Flacco or who? Mike White. Yeah, I don't know who they're starting today, but I think I like Miami's defense to travel to New York, and then I think it'll be a close game, but I think Miami can cover the 3.5 points. I think they can win by like 6, a touchdown, a couple field goals, something like that. I think Miami can win this game for sure on the road. I think their defense has been underwhelming. I think their team overall has been very underwhelming this year. So I expect them to beat the Jets for sure. The over under is 45. Let's go under. I see a low scoring game where the Dolphins cover the spread and we all win big. We've got the New Orleans Saints at Philadelphia taking on the Eagles. The Eagles are 3-point favorites. Man, I don't even know like if the Eagles are good or not. You know, that's just my thoughts on it. I think we all perceived like the moves they made as a team to be like underwhelming. And I think they have been really smart, intelligent moves. The draft picks they've made the last couple years. I think they're a good football team. I'm just not sure how good they are. Same with the Saints. It's like we were used to seeing the Saints with Drew Brees, and you knew what to expect from the offense. And then they had a really elite defense, too, and you just kind of knew what to expect every week. And with the state of both of these teams, I would argue, it's just like tough to predict like what version of these teams you're going to see. Like we've seen them both put up huge weeks offensively and then lay goose eggs the next week where they're putting up 3 points, 6 points. So Eagles had a huge win last week, didn't they? Or were they off last week? They might have been off on bye. I thought they had. Yeah, so they had the big win at Denver. That's a tough game. I definitely didn't pick them. Now they're facing New Orleans at home. Are the Eagles ready to roll? Look at that. Beat Atlanta, lose to beat Carolina. I think I'm gonna have to roll with the Saints +3. Um, over unders 41.5. I'll go over, but I'm gonna roll with the Saints in this one. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why exactly. I think I should be rolling with the Eagles, but I'm gonna roll with the Saints. they've got actually a run game, which I know Denver's got a run game too, but Denver just got down so early, it seemed like, in that game. So I'm looking for New Orleans to establish the run, put up some points, and make it difficult on Jalen Hurts. Cincinnati Bengals at the Raiders. Uh, I'm going to go with the Raiders this game, plus 1.5 points. I think the Raiders are a really, really good football team. Bengals are fun. Good offense, okay defense. They've won some great games this year. I just think the Raiders bring almost like a consistent competitiveness every week, and I just enjoy for some reason watching this Raiders football team this year, and I usually do not. I usually do not. So it's a little bit weird, but I've had fun watching the games, the primetime games or whatever game I'm watching where the Raiders are involved. I've had fun in those games. So I'm rolling with the Raiders. Over under 50.5. Let's go over. Dallas Cowboys at the Kansas City Chiefs. Give me Dallas. Kansas City. They're really good, but that defense is awful. So if they're able to get Dallas into third and long situations, and then they've got a decent pass rush. If they're able to pass rush on third and long all game, yeah, they could have some success forcing 3-and-outs or punts. But man, I just kind of think Dallas is the deeper, more well-rounded team. They have arguably an equally potent offense, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching this one this afternoon. The next game we've got is the Arizona Cardinals at Seattle taking on the Seahawks. Tough position for Russell Wilson. I think the Seahawks got a little bit too low in the standings for them to make any sort of substantial comeback and vie for a playoff spot this season, especially given the division they're in. You don't want to bet against Russell Wilson, but we're going to do it today and take the underdogs, the Arizona Cardinals, providing Kyler Murray's healthy. Yeah, so it says he's a game time decision. If it's Colt McCoy, I'll probably give it to Seattle. So just keep an eye on that. If it's Colt McCoy, I gotta roll with Seattle then. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Los Angeles Chargers tonight. Give me the Chargers -6. Over unders 47.5. Let's go over. Oh, and then the Arizona Seattle game. Let's go over as well. And New York at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tomorrow night. I guess give me the Buccaneers. If there's bad weather, I got burned on this earlier this year. The Buccaneers, they played someone and they won. Oh, it was the Patriots at home, I think. Maybe it wasn't. But, you know, if it's a torrential downpour in Tampa Bay, you can't be betting a 10.5 point spread. I think it was this game, this Buccaneers Patriots game, and they ended up winning, but it was just like such a muddy game and so sloppy and everything. So I don't know. So Thursday we've got a couple football games. I'm gonna probably do a stream on Wednesday. There's no UFC next week, but then the subsequent weekend, is that the okay? Yeah, I'm not sure who's fighting next weekend. I think the following weekend's the big Poirier versus Oliveira card, which should have some pretty good matchups on it. I'm hearing a rumor that Hamza might get Gilbert Burns on that card, which would just be that would be insane to add just to an already stacked card. Would love to see it, but um, I like Hamza a lot. Oh, so I got to oh, Lamar Jackson is out. Um, yeah, give me go Bears, go Bears. Uh, so I got Wentz as my QB right now. Um, I mean Kirk Cousins is available. He's been good, but he's playing the Packers. Um, I don't know. It's tough. Part of me wants to start Justin Fields. Just kidding. Um, you know what? Screw it. We're starting Justin Fields. Just for fun. Oh, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is coming back. I've got him in my IR, it says. Oh, he's questionable. So I gotta drop someone. Alright, we're gonna drop him. And we're gonna pick up my boy Justin. Trust in Justin. Such a stupid idea, but I love it as a Bears fan, and we've got Packers fans in the league. It's terrific. All right, back to my Hamzat UFC animation.
Allah Akbar! Woo! Everybody, I come here for everybody.
This is his actual voice, I'm pretty certain.
Kill everybody! Ah!
Fight! Kamaru Usman.
I'm a problem.
I'm the king, brother.
In 8 years,
He ain't no West Coast gangster.
I killed the gangsters. Jorge Massa.
Give him the 3-piece with the soda.
What? Robert Whittaker.
Please don't target me, Hazmat.
I eat everyone.
Allah Akbar! Woo! I want to talk to Dana White.
I'm gonna take everything from this UFC, brother. Now I am UFC, brother.
Mission accomplished. Good work.
I saw that on TikTok. I love it. Smash. I'm gonna take everything, brother. He's a cool dude. If you're a fan of the UFC, he's a really cool dude. This is what I've been using to put a little music on my videos. I've been going to the Audio Library Plus official releases. It says safe for music for content creators, no ID problems, none of that. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off. I don't see any fantasies to start.
If you are a content creator,
guys,
you really
so
need to start using Artlist.
we'll go ahead and sign off.
Music and sound effects
I like to choose a
Any song
random
you
one.
download is yours to use forever. Go to Artlist and stand out with amazing music and sound effects today.
Lazy Sunday. Let's do it. I was gonna find these a little underwhelming. I'll just hang out for a little bit, see if anyone wants to ask fantasy sit start questions. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Okay, I'll be right back. We do a fantasy league, DraftKings league, so I gotta do my DraftKings lineup here. This is compelling content, I know. But if you got fantasy questions, you can ask them. Oh, Kamara's out. I should probably do this fantasy research beforehand. Kamara's out. That's good for the Eagles. At Philadelphia, too. That's going to be tough for the Eagles. Alright, happy Sunday, everyone. I'm not getting any questions. Have a great Sunday, great Monday. I'll do my UFC fight show tomorrow night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Happy Sunday. Happy Thanksgiving, too, if I don't talk to you before then.
Looking for royalty-free music? Discover. Get the safest music subscription for content creators.